What a question. 20 years on, hey? So where does Coolhorns come from? Where is it going? Well, it come from a little acreage that was put together by Colin Brown. He cuddled up to what was then Europe's largest turf grower, put 2 acres in, and he was helped by Joel Moulding, the workshop manager, and started to grow the turf, and away they went. But sadly, the largest European grower pulled out of the deal. The recession was biting in the early 90s, and that then left Weazenham Farms with an acreage of land. What did they do with it? I happened to be around, and I had previous sales experience. I used to work the markets and Covent Garden, and I'd be the chap at the market, bananas here, a couple of pound of bananas, 50p or whatever. That was me. So yeah, I'll sell it. I'll have a go doing that. I got on the phone through Yellow Pages and started to make the calls and started to sell. And it wasn't easy because I didn't really know how much to sell it for, and it was a new company, so I'd phoned around all the competitors and asked them how much their turf was, really. I didn't want to upset the local market. And I'd got all sorts of prices. It depended on when you wanted it and how you wanted it, and I could be bothered to let you have it. So I thought, well, this isn't right. I'll put a price list together, and that sort of stabilised things a little bit. And Hugh Soden, who come along and helped us a great deal with our sales in the first couple of years. We were growing quite nicely. Couldn't cope with what we were doing, so we took on Angela Lambert. She came and joined us in 1996 and brought with her her marketing and her communication skills. And in fact, it was 4 years later we made our first million, and it was getting rather big. And Brian Walker, who was a herdsman of Weazenham Farm those days, he'd come along and he was harvesting it away with us, and he's been going for 20 years now as Brian, harvesting turf. So it's actually been quite a success story. We're fortunate because we've got black soil on green grass, and it does visually look fantastic. It's a product that's appealing to sell. It looks fantastic when it's laid down and over a rough area of your garden. It makes such a transformation. Turf was becoming more and more popular. It was easier to buy it, and off we went. We were growing. It was 2.5 years later, after the 4, 5, 6 years later, we were on 2.5 million turnover. And trying to keep that and maintain that was the hardest thing. And bit of fun on the way. We did the trade shows and enjoyed that a little bit. Well, quite a lot actually. I miss the trade show game. It's the internet really that's made a difference, isn't it? Internet has made the prices now so it's logic, isn't it? It doesn't matter where it's being delivered, that's what the price is, and people expect that. It's a pity really, because that's taken a lot of the middle merchants out of the game, and we did have 24 stockists around the country which did quite well. But it's not all been about turf in this last 20 years. We've had a tremendous growth in other products as well. We've got Enviromat, that's now been going for 10 years, and that's a fantastic product. We're one of the largest grower in the country of it, really. Very lucky again with Colin and his agricultural expertise to put that into a field scale operation, and it's sold all over the place. It's a low maintenance, very lightweight product that goes on top of roofs, either flat roofs or sloping roofs. It can go on the ground or roundabouts and the like. So it only needs looking after with some fertiliser and a bit of maintenance once a year. So we've got a maintenance division, and I think that's been the secret to the success of the business is the growth. And in 2007 we were acquired by Harrowden Farms, and they're a young company. They're going places, and it's great to be working with people like that. And they've recently acquired Turfland, who've been going for over 50 years. That's a turf farm in Lancashire, and they've also more recently taken on Stewart's in Scotland. So it's all around been very, very good. But this is all nice and dandy, and mustn't forget that it's not all about acquiring or about turnover. It's about the people on the ground, and I'm a great believer that the people on the ground are the ones that do all the work, and they're the important ones, aren't they? The guys outside are doing the harvesting in all weathers and on all days, and they can only harvest it if the office is busy away doing the sales. But then without the sales you can't grow it. So we're all in one family, aren't we? And that's what's so good about Kew Lords, is that we are all one family. We've had an addition to that family. We've had Meadowmat, that's been now going for 4 years, and that's been a fantastic crop. That's wild flowers and grasses, and it reminds me of summer days, and you can hear bees buzzing and skylarks in the air. It's a lovely crop, lovely product. It's great for the mini beasts and the butterflies and the bees, and that is what's so popular now, isn't it? It's the wildflowers are tremendously popular and so good for the environment. And it's great to be working for something that's good for the environment. And we're working with nature. We're just making it more available. And by making it more available, people are doing more for the environment, really, aren't they? Whoa, where do we think we'll be in the next 20 years? Well, that's a good question, isn't it? Well, as I said, we're growers. We have we're growing nature and enhancing nature, and we've got some great people that are working out there doing all the job for it. But I guess where we're going in the future is to maintain the costs. We've got to keep the value for the consumer, and that's what it is. It's the consumer that pays at the end of the day. Sister companies, we're large-scale growers of affordable garden and green space solutions and for families, parks of Britain, and we sell grass seed to the cheapest to lawn turf, which is not that expensive, costing the least in that. Meadowmat sort of midway cost, and Enviromat at the top end, and I guess really we plan to have an easy national coverage, an easy journey for a consumer, with regional supplies to ensure that they not only get a fantastic local service, but they'll also be content in knowing that they're purchasing something for their own back garden. They're contributing to the canvases and the backdrops of gardens and green space and roofs in the best possible eco-friendly manner. So I think going forward we can like to carry on growing and carry on doing what we do, maintain what we do, and that'll do us nicely. Yeah, you're welcome. I'll go out and finish mowing the lawn now.